Alright, welcome back to the Quick Speed Shop. Tonight, I'm working on the Model A donor engine for the Doodlebug. Alright, so this is the engine that I pulled out of the 30 parts truck out back. You can see it in this video over here. Bink! And I also got this motor turning over too here in the Doodlebug. Right here, I got a rope free, got a Model A crank, and I got the pistons. It turns over real nice and free and easy now. But the problem is the valves aren't going up and down, so the timing gear has got to be broken down here. So I think in the long run the best thing to do, since this engine turns over, is I'm going to pull this engine out and I'll probably put this engine in it. But I've missed my window on the steam show that already happened, and so now I'm just trying to get this back together so I can fire it up and get it and put it out back to store it for a while to get it out of the way. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to tear into this motor. We're going to take the exhaust and intake off, and then we'll pop the head off and we'll see what the block looks like on the inside. So let me get the tools and we'll start wrenching. I'm in the shadows. Where am I? Go ahead and get the carburetor off here. This is a cast iron Zenith carburetor. This carburetor is looking pretty crunchy. Oh, that's not good. That's a lot of rust in the fuel bowl. Set that guy aside. So now I can go ahead and I'm going to pop the intake and exhaust off. You'll see on top here this raised portion of the exhaust manifold. This is a heater. So your exhaust is going through here. It would get this piece hot, and then these fins on here radiate the heat out, and there'd be a cast iron or a sheet metal cover that would have a hole on the front. I think I got one somewhere, but I didn't look for it right now. But it would suck air as you're driving, or if the fan would blow air through the manifold, and then it had a hole in the back here that was hooked to the firewall here, and then it would blow through the manifold into this hole in the firewall, and it would blow it into the cab, and that'd be your heat, because they didn't have any hot water heaters on these things. Somebody's been into this engine before because it has all kinds of goofy washers and spacers on it that aren't factory. Alright, here comes the intake and exhaust. Woohoo! That's all a good. It's all a good sign. There is no mice in there. That's good. There's mice around it, but oh, everything looks good in the ports. So let me go ahead and I'm going to clean this up with a vacuum a little bit, and then we'll pop the head off. There we go. Go ahead and pop these head bolts loose. I'll unwrench all these and I'll come right back to you. I'm going to take the brass drift and just tap on the head here and there and see if I can start to get it loose. The water neck's already loose. I know we had mouse action there, so let's pull that and look how. Aha! Look at that! Right full of mouse nest. Great. Go ahead and get a little tap down here. Yeah, here she comes. Try to wiggle it. Oh yeah, here we go. Wiggle it just a little bit. I want to see you wiggle it. Aha! Look at this! Bam! The block and the cylinders are mint. Oh yeah. Cranks over like a son of a gun. You go ahead and give her a little vacuum action. I'll clean it up and then we'll check it out. Alright, this guy will definitely be a runner You can see here, I got the head gasket off, and there's a lot of crusty action down here inside the bores, but here's the valves. Look at the oil buildup on there, but watch this. And crank her over. Alright, what I'm seeing, watch the valves turn. Got a couple of stuck valves. Oh, that valve's working. Got some valves that are not going down all the way. That means there's rust on the valve stems or the lifters. See, the valve is this. Intake valve is stuck here. The exhaust valve is not closing all the way here, and the intake valves. Is that the intake valve? I think it's the exhaust valve. Yeah, it's the exhaust valve is stuck here on this one, but a little bit of cleaning up. This ought to work good. The cylinders look nice. There is a ridge, so it's got some miles on it, but I don't see any real big scratches or anything. Let me get the scraper. I'll run these pistons up the top dead center. We'll scrape this oil off and see if these are standard bore or if this has been bored over at all. If this thing is bored, it should say in the top of these pistons. My tow truck engine had a couple of stuck valves in it too when I first got it, and it wasn't hitting on number 4. And I was able to free those up, no problem. So let me scrape this down. I'm going to hit it with some sandpaper. We'll see if this has been rebuilt or not. Or I could measure the bore. Get the specs and measure the bore, but the top of the piston should tell you real fast. No. It's been bored 45 thousandths over. But it's got forward pistons in it. 45 thousandths. Pretty substantial bore. I mean, you can bore, I think you can bore these things up to easily 100, 120 thousandths without any problem, because the block is so thick. And they're building these race engines out of these things. I think they bored them pretty severe, but with the amount of cylinder ridge, this was bored a while ago and run for a while after that. So that's a good discovery. I mean, when I bought this truck, I saw it in the dark in the rain, and that's not what the time to buy an old rusty piece of junk, because it was more rustier and junk than I thought it was. You know, I paid $450 for the truck. I got a good tranny, good rear end out of it, and the frame rail, some other pieces, most parts of the cab. So, you know, a run-in Model A engine's got to be worth a couple $100 because they're hard to find now, and rebuilt ones are big bucks. So, you know, that was worth buying it. I guess I thought I paid a lot in the beginning, but it turns out good because, you know, that motor in the Doodlebug needs help. So, took the water neck off the other side of the engine, and I was able to snake a huge mouse nest out of the center of the block. So that'll be a lot easier to clean up on the inside now. Let's go ahead and we'll pop the oil drain back tube off, which is 1/2 inch. I'll just use the wrench, I guess. Unless these are all 1/2 inch bolts, and I'll go with the socket. They're all 1/2 inch. Hold on a second. This is the oil drain back return tube that lets oil out of the valve train back into the block. Here, like so. Sheet metal pipe. Now we'll go ahead and we'll pop this sucker off. Ah, look at this. You can see right here, here's our stuck valve here. It's right up off the lifter valley. And I can see it's got a little bit of rust onto the valve stem. I'm going to hit it with some penetrating oil. Maybe I'll tap on it and see if I can get it to go down. I don't want to tear up the valve guide though. This guy right here has got a little sticking just a little bit. Oh, there we go. Just got her. There we go. Now we're hitting all the valves. This is awesome. So that's just a quick little update on the Doodlebug project. We confirmed that our engine is good. I'm going to go ahead and keep cleaning it up. For a future video, I'll show it cleaned up. I'm going to pull the transmission off it, get a look at the clutch, but this block is going to be good, ready to run. I'm going to have to clean the coolant passages out with some rods. I'll bend up some rods and bend around there, try to scale all the crap out, and flush it out with some water. I'm going to wire wheel the top of the surface of the block, clean up all the valve seats and the valves, pull the pan off, pull the oil pan off, clean all that out, put new gaskets on it. I'll do a reassembly video upcoming in the future here, but I'll get it all cleaned up and dialed up here, and then we can reassemble the engine. We'll pull this one out of the Doodlebug over here, and then we'll clean this one up and drop it in there, reassemble the Doodlebug, and see if we can get it to fire up. So in the meantime, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, hit the button over here. Bink! Putting out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, so you always got something to look forward to. Hit the blue bell for the alerts. Tell your friends, share on social media. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again at the Quick Speed Shop.